Has a parking job ever been so bad, so hateful, so thoughtless that you just had to retaliate? I was on the receiving end of that recently, and it wasn't really so great. Hey Credos! I'm doing my vlog outside because it's actually a beautiful spring sunset, even though the neighbor children are screaming, "Fight for freedom," over and over, and I have no idea what that means, so try to ignore the chaos around me. And here's my story. Some time ago, my son was injured in an accident, and I had to take him to urgent care immediately. As is the case with accidents, it was unexpected, and it threw all sorts of things into chaos. After he'd received the treatment, I ran to the store to pick up the antibiotics he needed. Because I had driven my big old excursion, I parked way out toward the back of the parking lot and ran in. When I returned shortly thereafter, I found a note on my window. It said this: "Thanks for parking so close to me that I had to back up my car and move in order for me to get my sick elderly mother and my children, including a newborn, in the car. You rock." Have you ever had someone road rage or parking lot rage at you? Tell me your story in the comments. Tell me how you dealt with it. I got out and I looked at my parking job, and indeed, the front wheel was 4 or 5 inches over into her parking space. Most of the time, I take great care when I park and get out of my cars. Because the front end of that car is so large, it's hard to tell where the front end actually is. Had the person left a phone number or other way to contact him or her, I would have apologized because I was in the wrong and I caused trouble. But I had no way to do that, so no way to deal with it. Stephen Covey tells a story, and I'm paraphrasing something I read decades ago, so forgive me if I muck up the details. But it was about a time when he got on a subway. They were 3 kids, if I remember correctly, who were running amok, behaving entirely inappropriately for the situation and disturbing all the other passengers. After some time of enduring it and giving the apparently oblivious father the side eye, he finally spoke up and asked the man to control his children. The man looked up, apologized, and said he'd just come from the hospital where his wife and the mother of his children had died. And he wasn't being as attentive as he should have been. Of course, Covey felt terrible, but to the point of the story, he then saw the behavior of the man and the kids through a completely different perspective. Instead of being critical and angry, he was understanding and helpful. Since the day I got this note, I have thought about the parking lot incident many times. I actually hope it made the person feel better to go off on me. I guess that was really the point, needing to vent. But I wonder if he or she knows that I was also dealing with something that day, that I wasn't normally that careless. I wonder if that person knows that I'm sorry and I would have apologized and tried to correct it if I had a chance. If that person happens to see this, I hope this serves as an apology. We were both dealing with some things that day. My issue contributed to inconsiderate parking, and the other person's led to leaving a terse note. Maybe the lesson is to remember that we're all dealing with stuff, difficulties in life. And we all deserve kindness and understanding, and maybe cut each other some slack, myself included. Come on over to the Midlife Tribe on Facebook and join us on Instagram at Midlife Credo. I hope you and I go on to have a really considerate week.